These 5 bourbons, they'll give you incredible bang for your buck. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Bourbon Hutch, and thanks so much for joining me on this journey through the world of whiskey. So let's be honest here for a second. We're all out here, we're hunting great bottles of bourbon. We want the best bang for our buck. We don't have infinite resources, right, to do this hobby of ours. I wish we did, but we don't. And we have to be careful about the money we spend. It can get out of hand pretty quickly, and you don't want to be spending a lot of money on bottles that just honestly aren't worth it. So the great majority of us, we're looking for the best deal out there. We're looking for the best bottles that will give us the best bang for our buck, something we can invest in that's going to be really great whiskey. And trust me, there's a lot of bottles out there that are a lot of money that just plain old aren't worth it. So we do our research, and we try to find which bottles will really be worth the buy. Today I wanted to put together a list of 5 bourbons that I consider incredible bang for your buck bottles. These are ones that you'll spend the MSRP on these, maybe even a little bit more, and I'm pretty sure that you're gonna enjoy the whiskey that comes out into your glass. So let's dive into the list now. But before we do that, do just want to say a big thank you. We are now over 500 subscribers on the channel. That kind of blows my mind. I didn't know what I was necessarily even shooting for when I started the channel. Just wanted to share about some bourbon that I had gotten, but that number just wows me, and I want to thank you all for the support. Do want to say that we're trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. We're going to do a fun giveaway if we get to that goal. So if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that big red button, like this video, and comment below. As always, love going back and forth with you guys. All right, without further ado, let's get into the list of bang for your buck bottles. So the first 2 bottles here I'm actually going to do simultaneously because they come from the same distillery, and this distillery I kind of consider the best bang for your buck distillery out there, and that is Wild Turkey. So we've got the Wild Turkey 101 and Wild Turkey Rare Breed. So the 101, your MSRP here is right around 23 bucks, I think, but you can often find it for less than that. I was able to pick this bottle up for $19.99, so 20 bucks. And Rare Breed, we're looking at something that I think the MSRP is right around 45 to 50 bucks. Most people see it around that $50 range. This is 116.8 proofs, barrel proof stuff here. So both of these bottles, we're looking at probably the best deals in their respective ranges. For 101, you're looking at maybe the best bang for your buck in the budget category. Just really, really hard to beat the great complexity and punch that you get out of this bottle. And then Rare Breed, we're talking about that $50 range. There might be nothing that beats this in that range. It's just so powerful and so cinnamon and brown sugar rich that I recommend it to basically anybody who's looking to get into that $50 range. So Wild Turkey, I'd say, kind of takes the cake as this bang for your buck distillery, especially their sort of core lineup, which are all just great whiskeys. All right, now let's jump into bottle number 3 here. We're already on bottle number 3 because we've done 2 at once here. This next one is an exceptional value, another budget sipper that I think is really, really hard to beat in that category, and that is Early Times Bottled in Bond. So I thoroughly enjoy this whiskey. I've had 2 bottles of it that I finished off. Such good, rich flavors and sweet oak on this one. Stats on this, I mean, we're looking at something that's right around $23, maybe up to 25, 26, but it's also a liter, so you're gonna get more quantity than most other 750 milliliter bottles. And I mean, honestly, it's right up there, right in that range of Wild Turkey 101. If I had picked 2 favorite budget sippers, these might be my favorite 2. And the Early Times, you're getting more quantity, and it's 100 proof, great proof. Just all in all, a fantastic buy. It's a little bit more limited to find, but when you can, I highly recommend picking up a bottle. You won't be disappointed. Okay, moving right along to bottle number 4. Gotta move my glass out of the way here. Man, that's good. It's actually the last bottle in the lineup. We'll get to that in a second. But first, bottle number 4. We're looking at one of the punchiest, best bang for your buck bourbons out there in the $60 range. So we're stepping it up in price a little bit. But man, this stuff is just it's a giant killer. You could put this bottle up against $100 bottles, and I'm sure it would win a lot of the time in blind matchups. And that's going to be Old Forester 1920. So you know it. You've probably heard about it. It fits perfectly in that $60 range, 115 proof. All the flavor dials are sort of turned up on this bourbon, and it's just such a great sipper. I mean, I get creamy peanut butter, cherry, vanilla, caramel, barrel char. It's just so powerful and right at the perfect proof, and always worth that $60 if you ask my opinion. All right, let's get into the final bottle here, which I've been sipping on tonight. This is one that I picked up recently. It's been really impressing me. It falls in that $60 range as well, but honestly, you're probably gonna have to pay maybe a little bit more than that in certain areas. But man, I think it's worth it. That is Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. So again, this is MSRPing, I think around 60 bucks. I paid 80 for it. I think you're commonly gonna see it around that range. This is a mix of younger bourbons, so probably around 4 years old, up to older bourbons in that 8 to 10 year range. It's obviously uncut and unfiltered, so you're getting straight out of the barrel. Proof-wise, it's usually in that like 110, 115, or 16 range. But high rye mash bill from MGP source distillate. I mean, it's got such great complexity. Talk about punch as well when we're talking bang for your buck. This is a banger in terms of it's gonna let you know that it's there, that it's got heft and richness and punchiness as well. So for me, this was a really good buy even at 80 bucks, and I think that if you go out and pick one up for around that price, you are not gonna be disappointed either. Okay, that is my full list of 5 bang for your buck bourbons. Again, each of these, if you went out today and paid the typical price for them, maybe even I'd say a lot of these $10 more than the typical price, they're still hitting. Like, these are all bottles that punch above their price point, and that's what truly makes them bang for your buck buys. Okay, everybody, put in the comments below what you think of my list of 5 here. Did I miss anything? Put down your own list of 5 bang for your buck bourbons, anything you've come across in your own whiskey journey that you think is totally worth the price and might even, hit above its price point in terms of value and just great quality whiskey. Until I see you guys again for another video, all I can say is keep drinking good whiskey and cheers.